Well, rainbow formed after the flood, right? How did the rainbow form after the flood? How did the rainbow form after the flood? How? The ice crystals are just the surface. It's like a reflective surface. But something else caused the rainbow, or the sunbow. It's not really a rainbow, it's a sunbow. Just like there's a moonbow, there's a sunbow. I'm giving you a hint. Well, yeah, water, ice, but that either water or ice, that's still not the reason why the rainbow is reflecting all those colors and causing a nice bow in the sky. That's not the reason. Well, yes, the water sprinkler is just the same thing. It's a reflective surface. It's not the source of the rainbow, though. That it was from God? No, I want you to understand that there's glass in the sky. When you shine light through a glass prism, it creates the spectrum, right? And the rainbow is just mimicking the arc of the sun, the curve of the sun. The sun is round, the rainbow is round. Did you ever hold a flashlight to the wall? There's no water in the air that causes the rainbow. It's the dispersed light through the glass of the bulb. The glass is causing the rainbow. The water is just the surface. You didn't know that? When the flood happened, a bunch of sand came down from the sky with the water, and it fused together in the ionosphere. And it made a glass ceiling to the sky. And then it's really cold up there, and the water that was up there, it adhered to the glass, so the glass is covered with a sheet of ice, a mantle of ice, up in the sky, 100 kilometers high. The sand came from heaven, up in the middle of the earth. Heaven is in the middle of the earth. Are you sure that they leave Earth? Are you sure they're not lying to you? What is heaven? Heaven is up above the earth, inside the earth. I'll draw it out for you, okay? Earth, heaven. See? Earth and heaven. I'm paranoid. Properties of heaven. There's water inside heaven, just as there's water inside earth and continents. See? Water, there's water above and there's water below. Hell? Hell is outside of the earth. Between heaven and earth, there's a glass sky. Glass. When the flood happened, the water above came down, and also sand came down. The water came all the way down, and then the glass fused and made a glass sky. Yes, a great amount of water burst forth from heaven outwards onto earth. The water from within. You are inside the earth. You're not outside the earth. You're inside the earth. Inside. See? Boats, people, you're inside the earth. The sun, moon, are inside the earth. Planets, not earth, are all inside the earth. Sun, moon, planets, inner space, glass, earth. That's the universe. I'm not lying to you. That's the real world. Yes, there was an explosion in heaven. The windows of heaven were opened. That's what the Bible says. So this is made out of glass. Windows of heaven. So the water came down. The water came down. Other galaxies? Galaxies are all small. They're inside. Inside heaven, there's the stars. The stars are all very small. All the galaxies are very small. You ever notice why the galaxies are spiral? It's like a drain in your sink. When the water goes down a drain, it spirals. So all the galaxies in here, they're spiraling because there were drains that came out. Yes, proof. I tell you proof. Mega cryometeors, tektites, Libyan desert glass, rainbows, fusion crust on meteorites, upper atmospheric lightning, chromatic aberration of the comet's tail, ham radio wave propagation, ozone generation, sun and moon illusion, chromatic cloud dispersion, because there's glass in the sky, and you live inside the earth, and the earth does not spin. The sun and moon spin. Everything spins inside the earth. It's like a disco ball. Heaven is like a disco ball. And in the middle of the earth is a pyramid, but you can't see it because it's covered, it's hidden. And that's where the light comes from, at the top of the pyramid. And the light hits the back of the sun. And the sun spins around, up and down every 6 months. The horizon's a trick. It's a trick of the eye. You see on a curve. Light is going on a curve. Light self-bends. That's a trick of nature. Mother Nature played a trick on you guys. That's why when you go up in an airplane, you're wondering why the horizon always stays with your eye. It never goes lower. Because you're not on the earth, you're in the earth. When I show you pictures from satellites, or not satellites, they lie to you. But when they show you pictures from up above, they use a wide-angle lens to make the earth look like it's curving the other way. It's just a trick. NASA's a bunch of bullshit. What is below the ground outside a giant circle? Nothing. Hell. Hell. Outer darkness. Hell is vast and large without measure. That's the whole universe right there. That's everything. Does it go for infinity? Yeah, that's it. There's just emptiness. This is all there is. That's all there is. It's a small world after all. Yes, the reason why you see a ship that goes down is because the warmer water in front of the ship is causing an inferior mirage. It's actually making the water appear to rise above the ship because the colder water is farther away by the ship. So it causes a mirage to happen. It's just an optical illusion. Basically, what's really going on here is you're seeing the ship. Light always curves, so you're always looking on a curve, but because of the optics involved in the mirage, an inferior mirage, makes it look like the water is bulging, but it's not. It's a trick because when you look through a telescope, you see the whole ship with the telescope. It's just a trick. It's still just a trick. It's an optical illusion. Yes, dry land too. Dry land, the heat from the ground causes it to swell in front. Why would they want to lie? They make a lot of money, and they don't want to acknowledge God. Why would they tell the truth? They'd lose all that money. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You live in the earth. There's no. I don't have to explain myself to you because judgment's coming. What keeps it? It's balanced. It's perfectly balanced. There's no gravity. You are pushed to the ground. You're not pulled to the ground. Pushed. Pressurized. Pushed. That's why tides happen. Because there's a relief in pressure when the moon hovers over it. And the water rises. Less pressure, water rises. You are pushed. You are continually pushed to the ground. Earthquakes, it's just the continental plates crashing against each other within the earth. Why does light bulge outward like that? When you say it bends the other way, when we see in a curve. Why does a light bulge? Light self bends. It doesn't go straight. You can do a Google search and see light bends. Everything is curved. There's no straight lines. Everything is inside the earth. And Earth doesn't spin. There's no spin to Earth. You really think there's spin to Earth? Come on. How much do you guys have to be lied to be indoctrinated into bullshit? You're seeing a curve along the way. No, it doesn't. You're looking on it. Everything is within it. Everything is curved. The bulge of the horizon, because you're low to the ground, and is bulging up due to heat, warmer water. It's curving upward. It's corrected with a telescope. You can see the ship in its entirety through a telescope because your field of view is narrower. It's not the curvature of the Earth going the other way that causes the ship to sink below the horizon. It's an optical illusion. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's been proven. It appears to go down, but it's not going down. It's the trick of Mother Nature. Mother Nature played a trick on you guys. If it happens on dry land, it's still an optical illusion because it's going the other way. Sorry. It's just the way it is. I tricked you. God tricked you. Okay, you be sorry then. Don't believe me. It's God making Mother Nature trick you. It's just a hierarchical understanding. Okay? No, I'm not going to give you a reason why. I'm just going to tell you judgment's coming. Judgment to the world is coming. As in the days of Noah, you don't even believe there was a global flood, do you? So shall it be. All the ice, you see there's ice attached to the glass. Ice. All the ice is going to come crashing down and decimate the world again. Because the sun is going to stop. The sun stopped 3,500 years ago. It stopped. And when it stopped, ice came crashing down. And ice comes crashing down here and there. Every once in a while, it trickles. It's like the trickle before the dam bursts open. Megacriometeors. See, female atheist gets it. Did you ever hear of the rectilineator experiment? It's a geodetic experiment. It proved the curvature of the Earth curves the other way. By using geodetic surveys, they used these long, 12-foot long T-square rectilineators, and they piggybacked them up against each other, and they measured, they created this virtual straight air line, and they measured the height of that line as they traversed along the sand. And that height decreased as they traversed along the sand. That means that the Earth was curving up as they made their straight chord. So you got an arc of the Earth, and you got the chord going straight. Yes, I've just given you evidence. Both. Bible and evidence. Go to my second link below me. There's plenty of evidence there. And someone is being sarcastic through the internet. No, I figured you'd be sarcastic, but it's true. See, I'm here to bring judgment for all the lies that the scientists have been lying to you about. Not believing in God. I am God. I'm God in the flesh. I'm here to bring judgment to the world. There's another experiment. mine shafts. They hung 2 plumb bobs, piano wires, all the way down mine shafts. At the bottom of these piano wires, they hung lead weights. The lead weights were farther apart than they were at the top. They diverged that way. That means that when you draw a line, you extend where those 2 points intersect. It's actually up in this 4,000 miles up in the sky. You're living inside the Earth. You're being pushed to the ground. Earth does not rotate. What rotates is the sun and the moon and the heavens inside the Earth. And this glass sky creates an optical illusion, makes it think that the sky is like a dome vault, but it's not. It's actually going the other way. So when you see the sun rise, it's actually coming down toward you. When you see the sun set, it's actually moving up away from you. It creates a 180-degree opposition and curvature. Glass. NASA knows about this. Only you people don't, because you believe them. It's like they continue to lie to you, and they laugh at you, and you don't believe me, and you laugh at me. The irony is just hilarious. So do you feel stupid yet? Yeah, chipmunks.
You are a retard, a fucking retard. Earth's not a planet. You are a retard, a fucking retard. Earth's not a planet, it doesn't spin. And you live in it, you fucking retard. Looks like God always gets the last laugh. You are a retard, a fucking retard. Sky has a ceiling, it's made of glass. You are a retard, a fucking retard. Why don't you go and kick yourself in the ass?
Debunked? No, it wasn't debunked. No. Look, watch.
It doesn't spin. And you live in it, you fucking retard. Looks like God always gets the last laugh. You are a retard, a fucking retard. Sky has a ceiling, it's made of glass.
There. See that guy right there? That's the man who supposedly debunked the Tamarack mine shaft and the rectilineator experiment. Donald Simonik. I had an email exchange with that guy about 9 years ago. His so-called debunking of it was based on a presuppositional thinking that the Earth spins, which it doesn't. And he's just saying, he's just guessing, well, the apparatus might have been sagging a little bit. That's probably what happened. It's all speculation. If he was a true empirical scientist, he would reconduct experiments. Did he? Did he? No, he didn't do that. He's a quack. He's a fucking quack. And you guys, well, you guys want to believe that, so go ahead and believe it. Judgment's coming. Judgment Day is coming. Okay, bye. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to overturn the scientific community's thinking. I'm here to bring judgment to the world. That's all. There's nothing left but judgment. It doesn't matter if you don't believe me now, because I'm going to get the last laugh. You might be laughing at me now. That's okay, because judgment's coming. Yeah, exactly. Why didn't they reconduct the experiment? They just sweep it under the rug and disprove it by their speculation. far as I know, they've never reconducted the rectilineator experiment. They've never reconducted it with, you know, straight aluminum posts to make sure there was no sagging to the apparatus. They never, as far as I know, they never reconducted the Tamarack mineshaft experiment. Because it's not a money-making scenario for them. It's a losing scenario for them. They don't want, it's just, the public doesn't need to know this. We're here to make money. Because I'm just here to bring judgment. I don't have to fucking convince you. Even if I could see myself doing it perfectly to a T, showing you guys perfectly. The Earth is curving upwards. What I know my efforts would be, it wouldn't get noticed. No, I'm here to bring. I'm the instrument of judgment to the world. I'm not gonna waste my time kowtowing to you fucking idiots, you fucking scientific bullshit idiots, bullshit artists. No, I'm just here to bring judgment. There's nothing left but judgment. Judgment of humanity, separating sheep from goats on the second coming of Christ. That kind of judgment. Dreadful judgment. Humanity just like, why do I have to re-explain myself? I mean, I have tons of information about my judgment. Just watch my videos. Setting up the kingdom of God to supplant all other forms of government. The government will be on my shoulder. Will magnify the law, make it honorable, set up the kingdom of God, separate sheep from goats, bless the meek of the earth, and curse the proud of the earth. Meek of the earth need to wear my mark. That's my mark. It's right there. That's why I hold it up. People need to be sealed to enter my kingdom, to be saved. I'm not here to horse around with you and make all these tests that you won't acknowledge anyway. Yes, I'm here to teach you about the ways of the kingdom of God. That judgment is here. I've been preaching about the inside of the earth for the past 9 years, 10 years. Enough is enough. You people won't listen. You won't listen to reason. So now judgment's coming. Well, there are big boobed girls and heavy wearing scantily clad bikinis and drinking wine. Yeah, whatever. I'm willing to accept you if you acknowledge me that I'm your Lord. It's not a democracy, it's a kingdom theocracy where the Lord of Lords rules me. You're supposed to sit tight until martial law is implemented, until the government acknowledges me and implements my seal. And we need to take shelter underground. That's why they build deep underground military bases. The ones under Denver International Airport or Dulce, New Mexico, or in England, Menwith Hill, other places like that. Because the governments, the secret governments that know I'm the Messiah, they know that the ice is going to be crashing down very soon. That's why we built all these underground bunkers to hold millions of people before it happens. And the only way you can get in there, have access, is if you obey me and get sealed, get tattooed with my seal. Then we will start the new world. You guys don't even believe Noah's flood happened. So it's like you're not even like on step A. You're just like totally out in the dark in this all. Steve's family just bought me a new laptop an hour ago. I did. Because it's judgment time. You guys didn't even believe the Bible. You didn't even believe in Noah's Ark. You didn't even believe in Noah's flood. You don't even believe that we live inside the earth. You don't even believe that there's ice and glass at the top of the sky. You don't even know where megacriometers came from. You don't know where tektites came from. A scientific mystery, because you don't acknowledge that there's glass in the sky. Your science is all skewed. It's backwards. It's weird. It's just distorted. It's a big lie perpetrated. You guys bought into it totally. Something that rejects God and acts all intelligent and scientific? I'm in. You foolish people. You're being judged because I need to determine who is with me, who is a child of God, who acknowledges that. I mean, you're all children of God, but which one of you are going to be humble enough to admit that and to acknowledge that? And the way you do that is that there will be thousands of machines that will tattoo people, seal them, brand them, shows ownership, brand. This is a brand. This is my brand. I need to brand humanity because I own humanity. I'm the Christ. I'm the Lord. You are my property, so I need to brand everybody. That's the mark. The mark of the beast. I'm the beast. You understand? Your body is not your own. Your life is not your own. You are property. Yeah, Antichrist, Christ, same thing. That's another trick that God played on people. Same thing. It's one and the same. Seal of the living God, mark of the beast. It's the same thing. On both. Yeah, I'm God. I'm God in the flesh. I'm different than you. I'm your creator. I'm your reincarnated creator. Reincarnated in this last incarnation to bring judgment to the world and to set up the kingdom of God and to usher in righteousness, judgment, peace, joy, and to separate humanity. To bless the meek of the earth and to dispose of the proud. The meek wear my seal. The proud don't wear it. The proud will choose not to wear it. The meek will wear it. The meek will inherit the earth. I'm not going to be performing any tests, any scientific tests. I'm just here to bring judgment. You're responsible. You're required. You're required to stand before your Maker. Because you were made, and I'm your Maker. You have a false sense of entitlement to your own body. You've been conditioned to believe that your body is your own, but it's not your own. You own nothing. I own everything. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. That means I own you. I own your bodies. I'm different than you guys. I'm Christ. You're in my reality. You're a product, fabrication of my imagination, my reality, my solipsistic reality, or so-called reality. You're a fabricated being, fabricated concept of my divine mind. Whose ass am I wiping down? Well, there's a hierarchical proprietary relationship. In a sense, yeah, I don't want to wipe your ass. I mean, it's your ass in that sense, but there's a hierarchy involved. Ultimately, I own your ass. I'm not going to wipe it, though. Everyone goes against me. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of Stephen Joseph Christopher. That's why you need to be marked and experience the joy of my kingdom. Comprende? Comprende? I have 3 first names because I legally changed my last name back in 1996. It used to be Ciumo. It's Italian. 6 letters. 6 letters in my first 2 names too. But I changed it because I wanted the name Christ in it, because I'm Christ. Well, at the time I didn't know I was Christ, but I still wanted the name Christ in it. So, but it's for your benefit too, because when you wear my seal, you don't want Ciumo on there. You want a nice name, Christopher, Stephen, Joseph. You've got the 3 coolest names you can ever possibly imagine. Stephen is the coolest name in the world. Joseph, Joe is a cool name, and Christopher, Chris is a cool name. So ultimately, I changed it for you too as well as me. Like there's a hierarchical understanding of sin. Ultimately, there is no sin because I created everything. You guys are all fabrications, but within the lateral understanding of ethical procedure and in your relationship toward me, you are sinners.
Who are you, 145?
You
I
all
demand
sinned. See, that's not going to get into the ethics involved. I'm just here to mark humanity. I'm not going to judge somebody whether or not they shot somebody. Ultimately, the judgment is you either
Are you who I think you are?
wear this or you don't. You wear this, and all your sins, all your bad actions will be forgiven and redeemed. You will redeem your body by wearing that, by becoming meek and submitting to me and bowing before me on your knees and confessing that I'm Lord.
My disciple.
You do not wear this. You get excluded from the safe area. You stay on the earth. All the ice falls down. You die. The sun stops. It burns up the earth. You either die by huge blocks of ice falling on your head, or you die by the sun burning up the earth. Eventually, either way, if you don't wear this and you don't take cover with me, you die. Judgment.
I invite. Yes, come,
You know what I'm
Lord.
saying? You have a
Tell me
choice. You're
more
not a
about
gun.
yourself,
A gun doesn't have a
disciple.
choice. You have a choice to wear my seal or not wear my seal. Right? Am I right? I'm right. You have a choice within, nested within my ultimate predestined, predetermined universe. But because we're living in the present, it appears that free will is an option. Ultimately, it's not. There is no free will, ultimately. But within the present reality, it appears that there is a free will. So it appears that you have a choice. But yes, ultimately, there is a set number of people that will be saved along with me. Yes, ultimately I'm responsible. This is my reality. This is the game. It's like a game. Like God is playing a game. God needs an opponent. God needs characters to play along with. There's only one God. There's only one person. There's only one mind, ultimately. He's lonely. He duplicates, he replicates images of himself. Clones. You guys are like clones of me, basically. You're proxied images of me. God also eviscerates his mind as part of the game, as part of the challenge. So we're at the end of time. We're at the precipice of ushering in the kingdom. It's like a movie. It's just like one big grand labyrinthine movie. We're at the end. The protagonist wins. The kingdom is established. So you guys are characters. You're extras in the movie. I look pretty buff. Yeah, I'm pretty buff. But I have sex with somebody. Yes. Female, yes. I would like to, yes. Puppets with partial freedom. No punish them on an arbitrary judgment system for actions. Yes. See, now you're saying it's not fair, but you know, you just go back to the Bible. It says, shall he that is formed say that he that formed it, why did you make me like this? You know, it's potter and clay. So your sense of what is just, what is fair, what is right is irrelevant, ultimately, to me. It's irrelevant. I'm on a higher tier level of thought, of understanding than you guys are. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. That's in Isaiah 55. My ways are higher than your ways. Hierarchical. I'm up here. Even though I'm not literally up in heaven, I'm still up in heaven in here. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Gibberish, it's just ultimately you're faced with a choice in this present sub-hierarchical understanding of free will. Choose to wear my seal, choose to enter my kingdom, or choose not to. Choose to go in your own ways, and choose to perish. Choose not to believe me, choose not to wear the seal. See how far you go, see how far it'll take you. If you want to take those chances, you're free to take those chances. Miss Terry Bailey starts to play off of the phrase Mystery Babylon the Great out of Revelation 17. I just thought I'd have some fun with that. Because a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of humor in the Bible. You know, obviously, if I'm going to be the Antichrist and the Christ, people don't get that. But God has a sense of humor. I have a sense of humor. I'm funny. I trick people. I trip up people. Look at the earth. You live inside the earth. That's a trip. That's a trick. Miss Terry Baby Lone Star. Mystery Babylon the Great. Miss Terry Baby Lone. Miss Terry Mystery Babylon E-Star. E-Star. Eastern Star. It's a female Masonic organization. The weird drawings of seven, it's just there's a lot of, so I drew that in prison. Kill time. A lot of different meanings to different drawings that I made. A lot of different interpretations. I'm going to be judged. I'm going to take a choice of the thing that hinges on that very judgment. Whatever gibberish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't get me, I'm sorry. That's all I'm going to say to you. For now. Megacrime meter is equal megalomania. Exactly. Why was I in prison? That was part of the game too. I went to prison to experience the sufferings of prisoners, to grow in my maturity, to be able to judge with discernment when I'm in authority, to experience pain and suffering. That's why I went to prison. Hello, Olivia. Yes, it was a joke. I didn't think I was going to go to prison when I did it. I was just trying to get attention. Just not meaning, had no intention of harming it, no. You don't advertise that type of thing if you're actually going to do it. Did I say in one of my videos that I didn't get arrested for? It was on a conspiracy forum message board. Just typed a bunch of bullshit. And the owner of that forum decided to pin the thread and call the authorities. Look what Steve did. Because she didn't like me. It was a female. Angry in that street? You mean in that arrest video? Where I said the Jews, what did I say? The Jews run the world, they gotta be stopped or something. I just wanted to shout out something. Why did you do this? To get attention. I literally thought that the world was gonna end back then, back in like 2009. I thought we all needed to go to Florida at that point. But now I'm saying it's Australia, because I have more understanding of setting up the kingdom in Australia. What dude? Forum owner? No, it's a female. I don't know, maybe she repented. I hold no hard feelings. No regrets. Where did I get the knowledge from? Observation. Guessing and observation. And making mistakes and learning from them. I made a lot of mistakes. 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 I came to save you. All things go to recreate you. All things go. You had your mind set. All things go. Oh look, here's some more YouTube trolls bothering me. I had to find it. All things go. This person says, yet another crackpot theory on YouTube. Just another crackpot theory on YouTube. Hey there. I am featuring you on my live video show now. Just another troll. Just another troll who is gonna be shamed when I'm charge. And block. Block! Goodbye. What else we got here? Everything the Bible says is false. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Oh, it's the same person.
Up in the sun.
You will make a fun object of ridicule. Ridicule. Someday, very soon. That's B.K. Wadley. Block, block. Who else we got here? Anybody else? Anybody else want to ridicule the Lord? Here's one. This old guy mails a living doom this. Such the sad he is. What? Is that even English? This old guy mails a living, or makes a living, doom this. Such the sad sap he is. Now who is he talking about? Me or Aaron Ra? Well, since I can't answer, I don't know who he's talking about, I'm just going to say judgment's coming. Judgment is coming. There. Just say that. Block. Okay. That was wrong. So you're playing this not fair. If you understand that I deal with all these people all the time, I don't have that. I'm not going to waste the energy on these people. Gibberish. Yes, he's going to be shamed. A false connotation is about the person and they can't say anything back. Tough. I don't have the time to deal with them. I don't have the energy to deal with them. Nothing should be on. No, see, you don't understand. Judgment. I'm the judge. I'm here to judge humanity. You think I'm on your equal playing field. I'm not. I'm above you. And you need to understand that. And since you don't, I'm going to ban you. What? What? Why shouldn't I ban you? Well, I unmodded you. Why should I not ban you? You have no sense of deference toward me. You're playing the clay saying to the potter, why are you doing this? It's not fair. I don't even have to give you a reason. Actually, me giving you a reason is enabling you to still conduct yourself on this low mentality level. I refuse. I'm going to just rise above. And if you continue to ask or complain, ask me questions that are irrelevant, to my supremacy over you, then I'm just going to have to kick you out of here. See you on Judgment Day. Let's play Sufjan Stevens. Make a bigger burden. Yeah, let's talk about the glass sky. Let's talk about the glass sky. Let's talk about this one person who took my initial premise that there's a glass sky, and he has this webpage out there, and he's also talking about how the sun is like a light bulb within the earth. It's like a sulfur lamp. And he's talking about how the origin of the meteors are actually from the sun. The sun is spitting out meteors made out of iron and nickel and cobalt. And then they're fusing with the glass sky. The ones that are heavy enough, they just crash through. Like the iron meteorites that don't have any fusion crust coating on them, that's virtually all iron. Those are heavy enough to crash through the glass sky. So you look at the Libyan desert in Egypt, and there's glass fragments that are, remnants of a glass shattering from the sky. But then you have most other meteorites are like a fused composite of the glass and the rock, and so they call those chandrules. And those meteorites have fused with the glass sky. They are coated with fusion crust. It's pretty interesting. Let's see if I can pull some of that up here. I'll give you the link. You guys can scan through it, but it's very interesting. Found some glass from a lightning storm on Cocoa Beach in Florida. That's, yeah, well, that's a fallacy, because a lot of people conclude that's where tektites come from, and that's not where they come from. Tektites come from the glass sky. Same thing with Libyan desert glass, because it has elements in the glass, iridium and osmium, which are not found on the ground. They're found up in space or above. And so that's how they know it wasn't, the glass wasn't formed by the surrounding sand. It has different chemical composites. Cool. That's very cool. I'll bet. What color was it, Krusty? Is it yellowish or greenish? Brown mostly. Advanced notice of a meteor hit? Not much, I don't think so. But anytime you see shooting stars, that is little space debris, meteors or whatever. They're just skidding across the sky. They're skidding across the glass sky.
They're causing the streak. Some melt through and some bounce back up into space. Or when you see a comet, a comet's tail. The comet's tail is split up into two different colors, the red and the blue, and it's curved like that. It's showing chromatic aberration from the glass sky. So the sunlight is kind of like hitting the comet's tail, and it's being curved around like that, and so it creates this glare, and then it splits up into two colors because there's two different indexes of refraction that the glass causes. The blue has a higher index of refraction than the red. So there you go. What else do you want to know about the glass sky?
Hey, can you put a garbage
Also
can away
flexible.
from the air conditioning? I could hardly make it out. I can walk up. Here's something for you.
The sun, origin of meteorites. As already stated in the last article, the moon and planets are likely mirages. No, I don't believe that part. Hold on a second. Meteorites are meteoroids which have entered the atmosphere, broken up and landed on the ground, and a meteor enters the atmosphere. At what height is it first visible? The meteor is typically formed around 100 kilometers, which is the height of the glass sky. Few particles or meteoroids survive below 80 kilometers. What a surprise! That pesky 100 kilometer keeps coming up time and time again. When the meteoroid enters the atmosphere, hits the glass, it is labeled a meteor or shooting star, leaving a luminous trail behind it. And when it lands, it is categorized as a meteorite. Shooting stars are meteoroids entering the atmosphere at 100 kilometers, or bouncing back into space. A meteoroid is a small particle from a comet or asteroid, although a number of them pass through the asteroid belt directly. If comets, asteroids, and meteoroids are the same, then they must be made of the same material, which also must be white hot, as they travel in the thermosphere. But comets are said to be made of rock, dust, water, ice, and frozen gases such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, and
Yes, I
ammonia.
have to take the trash. I have to bring my mother.
Not if they pass through the thermosphere,
trash
they
can
are
back
not.
to the
Molten
center.
rock is all they could be, but meteorites are mostly
Somebody go do that
stone
right
and
now.
iron meteorites, with 5% of them consisting solely of iron
right
and
back.
nickel, sometimes sulfur in the mix. If meteorites come from comets, then comets must also consist of stony iron. The stony part is silicon dioxide, which is glass. And you know where that comes from, the glass in the sky. This means that comets, asteroids, and meteorites must all be made of iron, nickel, sulfur, and are ultimately different names for the same objects. Comets are exactly like shooting stars but bigger and perhaps bounce off the glass instead of breaking through. I think even some of the shooting stars bounce off. This is just this one person's article, but it's very enlightening. Who made the glass sky? Well, I believe it formed when the flood happened. And the windows of heaven were opened, and water came gushing down from the central celestial ocean, and along with it came sand. And so the sand fused together to create this glass in the ionosphere. This guy was saying that he thinks it's man-made, but I don't think so. Yes, I'm an astrology professor. I'm an online astrology professor. Comets and asteroids are the likely culprits of the mass. Actually, I am a former professor. I taught 3D animation at the Austin Community College before, so I have that credential. Comet centers are likely culprits of the mass and coronal mass ejections, and these have been theorized to consist of the ejected material is a plasma consisting primarily of electrons and protons. Okay, now I'm saying the sun is made up of iron, nickel, and cobalt, and sulfur. Very enlightening stuff. When he compares the sun to a sulfur lamp, which, you know, they have sulfur lamps. They're not, you know, they're just like a flashlight. I mean, they're a direct light. They don't shine all around, so they have a backside to them. And that's what the sun is. The sun is not a ball of light. It's not an omnidirectional ball of light. It's actually a direct light. I've seen the back of the sun in the vision. It's dark. The back of the sun is dark, and that's what creates night and day within the earth. Because a direct light will cast a shadow line. It will cast a terminator line upon the earth. So with that spinning inside the earth, that's how we have night and day. It's amazing. Simple, but amazing. Synthol. No, I've never heard of synthol. No, I'm not gay. Was that the barbers? Yeah, I shaved them. I kind of buzzed it. Buzzed my head. But it has been falling out for a while. Ever since I turned 18. But that's another sob story you want to hear. Is the sun losing mass? Slightly, yeah. Well, this guy's saying that the meteorites are actually being ejected from the sun, and that kind of makes sense. So every time a meteorite falls, it's being ejected from the sun. It's falling apart. The sun is cracking, basically. Just think about that. A superheated iron disk, and it gets so hot that it cracks sometimes, and it spits out, especially with the CMEs going on, it spits out particles. There's no sun gas. See, you can't believe anything they tell you about the sun, because it's totally incredible bullshit. There's no counter-rotating central core. Don't you understand anything about my cosmology? Earth does not spin in the first place, and it's not convex. I have sensuous lips. The energy is coming from the center of the Earth, but it's up in the middle of the sky. There's a main center, celestial pyramid. That's the source of all the energy. Have you watched any of my videos? Yeah. Oh, you must be new. You'll have to go check out my videos. I'll give you a link. I have a playlist. You go to my website, talk about it there too. Talk about the orbit of the sun, the orbit of the moon, inside the earth. Yes, the sun is moving inside the earth. The moon is moving inside the earth. So, I'll just give you my channel. At the bottom there's a playlist. There's an inverted earth playlist. Where been you born? In heaven? Yes. Heaven is Chicago, Illinois. Did you know that? Yes, I'm on Facebook too. I'll give you my Facebook one. Hold on. I should put that at the bottom. I'll even give you my webpage for free. So there you go. Anyway, I think I'm going to go. There you go, 221. I think I'm going to go outside. Besides, everybody's going to Bubba's room anyway. Almost everybody. I'll stop back later, okay?